Ah, yes. Some of the biggest derbies in world football. El Clasico, the Milan derby, the Manchester derby, Merseyside derby, the London derby. We need a name for the Lazio Milan derby because it's ridiculous how much we're playing them in finals. It is ridiculous. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 42 of the AC Milan Awake, the Sleeping Giant series here today. And boy, we've got a big episode on our hands. Yes, we have. We have got a double header in the Champions League quarter-final against, and if you haven't guessed it by now, I don't know how you haven't, against Lazio. As we saw in the last episode, we've got Lazio in everything. Like, we are fighting them in the league. We've got them in the Italian Super Cup. We've got them in the Italian Cup final, and we've got them in the Champions League final as well. Champions League final, not yet. The Champions League quarter final. Lazio are hating me at the moment, and Lazio are going to be going for their revenge because, as I said, we defeated them in the Italian Super Cup final, so they are going to be biting at the bit to come to our place and give us a good see into, break Milan hearts and break my heart if they do get through and we don't. It is ridiculous how much we have played them. As I said, the Italian Super Cup, which we won, we got the final, got the Champions Cup, and we are fighting them in the league as well, us in fourth, them in sixth. So if we can get the quadruple over them, we're not going to be on their Christmas list, viewers, if we beat them. I don't think we're on it anyway, but Lazio are not sending us a Christmas card, so, sorry to break all your dreams there, but yeah, cross it off. I mean, then again, they have bottled it many times, so it's fine. Right, shit talk Lazio. There we go. Just tick that off. Lovely stuff. Right, good stuff. But since the last episode, which was the 3-1 win in the Champions League second leg against Hertha, we have played 2 games against Udinese and Fiorentina, respectively, both of which have been very boring draws. And we're on that road to poor results again. And yeah, 2 games that we should be winning. 2 teams that aren't doing brilliantly. I mean, Udinese are in 7th, but Fiorentina are in 13th, and both at home. Two very disappointing results. The first one obviously being against Udinese, where we dominated. So yeah, Florentino Luis and Wang getting themselves yellow cards. But I mean, let's focus on the stats for a second, like we always like to do. They didn't have a shot on target. They couldn't muster up anything. Half their shots were hitting the fans in the stadium. Half of them was I'm pretty sure one of them is still flying around. For sure one of them's flying around into in space at the moment. Oh my god. Well, there it is. Jesus, are you okay? It's a very disappointing result against Udinese, man. We don't seem to be capitalising on the opportunities that we have, and I don't Belotti's been a little bit off it. Obviously, he's returned from an injury fairly recently, so that is probably playing a bit of a part into why he's struggling to fire. I mean, he scored a lot of goals, 17 and 24, but obviously, we compare it to last year. He still is on course, but I don't know. Belotti just doesn't seem the same this year. I don't know why. Obviously, we've had to have a bit of a mix around. Obviously, our attacking of what's his name? Obviously, we've had to play Corona on the right back most of the year, so our attacking trio isn't really the same. Which I suppose you could understand. But regardless, a very, very disappointing result, which did leave us susceptible to getting overtaken. Thankfully, other teams around us were struggling as well. So that did allow us to sort of not worry too much about top 4. We still need to worry about it, but it didn't allow us to get overtaken. But the next game against Fiorentina, once again, a very disappointing result. Not able to finish our dinner. Not able to hit a barn door. With anything at the moment. And Maldara did miss a penalty in the 28th minute as well, which sort of compounded our misery a little bit. But as you can see, 3 shots on target. They scored one with their 0.65 expected goals. Belotti and Wijnaldum struggling again. A little bit of a concern. Thankfully, David Neres has been performing relatively well this year. Obviously, he struggled initially at the start of the year, but he started to pick it up a little bit recently with them 11 goals, 4 assists, which has allowed him to get a good average rating as well. But we can't be relying on David Neres. We really need Belotti and Wijnaldum to start firing. Otherwise, and on midfield as well. Midfield struggling, defensively struggling as well. Milankovic getting a good rating, and then Kias not really being able to do anything about the goals that go in. So, yeah, I feel like we're going into this game a little low on confidence. We are away first, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. Obviously, we don't want to concede too many at Lazio, because Lazio have a very good squad. But I do feel like they are aging a little bit. I was Luis Alberto, 31. They still have a Mobley, who's relatively old as well, 34. Carrera, 29. So I feel like they do have a pretty old squad. But with age comes wisdom, I suppose. So we do need to bear that in mind. But yeah, in terms of our squad is sort of back to full strength. I did try to get Max Aarons registered, but I wasn't able to, obviously, because it wasn't. We weren't in the registration window. Benacer is slowly but surely coming back to full fitness, so he will be playing against Lazio. Luis is struggling for rest, so we'll probably rest the boys for about 2 days before the game, just to, get our fitness up to acceptable levels, so that we're not struggling, because we're going to need to be our best against Lazio. There is no two ways about it. We are going to have to be our best, otherwise we are going to struggle. And we obviously they'll have to come to ours, and we don't want too much of a sort of mountain to climb. If we can get a goal away from home, that would be massive for us. But we have got 3 days till the next game, so we will go. We will be literally 2 seconds for you. It'll be about 10 minutes for me, so I'll see you in just a second. So the squad going into today's game is going to be in Kirsten goal, Grimaldo, Ibanez, Milankovic and the Wang as your defensive four. Luis, Marcos Antonio and Benacer coming back from a long-term injury, of course. That midfield trio. And then David Neres, Wijnaldum and Belotti. 2 players, Wijnaldum and Belotti, need to get back on firing on all cylinders. Otherwise, this game is going to be very, very tough. They're not saying anything opposition instructions-wise. The boys seem happy with the tactic and everything going into this game. So, fingers crossed that will produce us results on the pitch. And the team for Lazio, Loftus-Cheek, Lazarios, their fullback, Mobley, and Luis Alberto isn't playing. So I can only assume he got injured very before training, maybe. I don't know. But that's a very, very good thing to us. Obviously, Luis Alberto is absolutely tremendous in this game. But how are things between Sam and Zagli? I can't speak highly enough, obviously. So that he's not playing. I thought it might have been bugged, because obviously we had that with Juventus. But yeah, the stage is set, ladies and gentlemen. The quarterfinals of the Champions League, and it's live. Throw in on the left-hand side in Lazio's half. Grimaldo, is he able to get past this man and get a cross in? He does. It's a lovely cross. I criticised him, and he's produced. He's bloody produced like a bag of potatoes. Come on. 1-0 to Milan. It's a lovely cross from Grimaldo. Absolutely pinpoint. Lazio's defence just falls to sleep. Like they're having a sleepover. They just fall asleep straight away, and they're looking at each other like, it's you. Belotti's like, it's mine. It's 1-0. The away goal is massive, and we are absolutely dominant at the moment. Absolute dominant performance from the boys. And Lazio can't get a sniff at the moment. We need to take full advantage of this. If we can get a second, I don't want to say the tie's over, but get a second, right, Moblay's through on goal, and he's a good player. And thankfully, Kias has looked at him and been like, you're not going to score. And Moblay's been, oh no. And it's 1-0. What am I doing with these references? Not even references. These ridiculousness are on point. Oh my God, they've hit the post. Right, can we, they've literally just nearly scored in 2, and it's 2 versus 2, and Belotti's just run the ball out of play. Fantastic. I still, that's a warning sign if there ever was one. We may be 1-0 up, but Lazio are still a very, very dangerous side to go against, regardless of if you're a 1-0 up or not. We're going to please the boys. I'm very, very happy. That away goal is absolutely massive. for us. Absolutely massive. And I'm going to praise them all individually as well. And we, like, a second goal here. Like, whoever gets the second goal, if there is a second goal. Liverpool beating Juventus 4-0. Oh my God. Juventus are out 100%. So it looks like we are going to be playing Liverpool. No, we're going to be playing... No. Are we playing Liverpool? I don't know. We're playing in the semi-final. Acting like it's over. It's not over yet. Benacer, Florentino. Florentino, some good passing range. He passed it to Grimaldo on the left-hand side. 2 assists for him, maybe. It's a lovely ball in, but he gets blocked initially. And also Lini, it's a lovely ball. Immobile, he's going to finish it. Yeah. Oh, that's been our biggest issue this year, defensively. Defensively falling asleep and just losing the ball in a stupid area. Grimaldo taking his time to get that cross in. And it's a lovely ball. Whoever that is, Milankovic falls asleep and lets Immobile through on goal. And we know how dangerous Immobile is. We've faced him many times over the years. And unfortunately for us, that does put it at 1-1. I'd take a draw here. I genuinely would take a draw here. You know, they have to come to ours. We're going to probably perform a lot better at home. But going, if we can score, that'd be fantastic. But we've been in this position many times where we've let them get a chance out of nothing. Grimaldo, Florentino. I am concerned we're going to get counter-attacked again. The Wang on the right-hand side. 6 foot of man mountain. That's a poor ball in, but Moxon is able to recycle it. Can he get the ball in? He does, and Wijnaldum is on the end of it. The two boys that I criticised at the start of the video have got themselves on the score sheet. Wijnaldum and Bellotti, come on, that looks absolutely brilliant. Conceding that goal makes me more unhappy now. But look at the height difference. Marcos Antonio's like 5'7" and the Wang is like 6'4". Look at the height difference. That looks so stupid. I'm sorry. But Wijnaldum, 2 crosses, 2 goals. You love to see it. Come towards full time. A 3rd goal and the time must be over, surely. Wijnaldum gets past his man. He's influencing the game quite nicely. It's a lovely ball to Marcos Antonio. Lovely ball to David Neres. Oh, he's not able to get past the man, unfortunately. And, oh my God, the Wang get to that. Okay, the Wang is rapid. Marcos Antonio. It's a good ball, but, oh no. Let's not lose this lead now, boys. Carrera. That's an interesting ball, but it doesn't get to the man. Wijnaldum. Marcos Antonio. Let's not mess this up now, boys. We're just doing stupid stuff with it. What are we doing? Immobile. Immobile with a convincing and composed finish. And makers of our own misfortune there. Makers of our own misfortune. Milankovic just gets caught. And you'd say he's been at fault for both goals, right? He'd say he's been at fault for both goals. And unfortunately for Enquias, he's not going to save against the best finishes in Serie A and Immobile. But a 2-2 at the halfway stage of the tie. I'm very happy with that because Lazio have to come to our place and score. They have to score. And I'm not too sure what our home sort of performance has been this year. But if we look at the scheduler, we lost 1-0 against Lazio at home. Brilliant. In Serie A. So looking forward to that. But we've been pretty strong at home, I feel like. And if we can... I don't know. I don't know what to think, really. I think they need to score. However, if they do score, it takes them through because we need to score if they score, basically. If we can hold on to a draw, we're through to semi-finals, right? But, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to the next leg. So we're going to play the game against Atalanta, and then you will be back just before the next Lazio game. So you'll see me in 2 seconds. Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and the fans are hopeful of the next game, as are we. A game that hinges on a success for the future of this series, right? If we're knocked out now, the Champions League dream is over. With that 2-2 obviously draw that we got away from Lazio, puts us in a very, very good position. Hopefully Immobile and co don't destroy the hopes of dreams of every Milan Milan fan. But obviously, since the last, since you've been gone, we've only had one game, which against Atalanta, where we did lose 1-0, and the losing streak continues, viewers, as it does. It's not going well, basically. It's not going well. We haven't won a game in a while. And a goal from Divock Origi as well. I don't normally show goals during videos, but this goal deserves a special mention of how ridiculous of a goal it was. So it's Felipe Anderson on the right-hand side. He does a big ball over to Divock Origi. He's got himself some space. First touch, bang. And Divock Origi has made a habit of himself getting some very, very important goals. And for an Atalanta side that is very much struggling in the league, that was a very, very big, very important goal for Atalanta. And Origi with the best rating as well. How much did they get him for, out of curiosity? They've loaned him. So he's had a good season in Italy. So potentially a permanent move here for Divock for some first team football. But we don't care about the league. The league is gone. The league is done. There's no way we can win, and we have dropped as far as 6th, so top 4 is the only thing we can achieve. The league is gone. We want that coveted trophy, and it has to start today with a very difficult game at home to Lazio, and we're going to stick with the same side, I think. We're not going to change too much, if anything, really. Belotti was temporarily injured with a tight calf, but he's not getting out the game with a tight calf. He has to play. He has to be the main man. He has to score. Obviously, Ronaldo and Belotti getting 2 goals between them in the first leg. So hopefully they can get us the victory here today. But yeah, I'm nervous, viewers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm absolutely nervous. Nothing major to concern. It's just that Jesus Corona is apparently unhappy with the lack of tactical training, I believe it was. Luis Alberto is back in the side, so it looks like he did suffer from an injury. It looks like it's very similar to what Lazio played at their place. So it's Inzaghi versus Dumbabin. The showdown of a generation, of a century is about to happen. Here we go. Very early opportunity in the just before the 12th minute. Looks like it's going to be for us. Wang on the right hand side. He's decent for his cross to David Arona. Benacer! Yes! Come on. I mean, it doesn't change a lot, really. I mean, the goal just adds that cushion to our lead, right? I mean, the goal is still a goal, and I'm not going to complain by any means. It's a lovely layoff from Neves, and Benacer is not going to miss from that distance, is he? Lazio's defence falls asleep. So the situation we're in now, Lazio score, goes to extra time. It goes to extra time, I believe, if Lazio score. So yeah, at least Lazio need to score now. Like Lazio needs to score before, but Lazio, the panic on Lazio fans' faces will be all too evident as we come closer to half time. But there's a chance for a second here, and we're through to the semi-finals, I think, boys. We're through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Obviously, the round that we got knocked out of in the last season. So, you know, sort of nostalgia. Nostalgia, is that a word? No, I don't think it's nostalgia, but sort of whatever. I don't know what I'm looking for. English is hard, viewers, but in Kias, I mean, there's a chance again, and a third, the game puts it beyond doubt, and it's a lovely ball to Belotti, and my God, are we taking the game to Lazio here? A lovely over the top ball by, who was it? I'm not too sure who it was. Is it Benacer? It is Benacer. No, it's Grimaldo. Our left back, a lovely ball over the top. Lazio's defence fall asleep. That's why they needed Milankovic, making it 3-0 on the night. And the semi-finals have our name on it. Now, the main question we're asking ourselves, who are we going to be playing in the next round? That's what we want to know. And not going to do anything on the team talk. I think it was between Juventus, right? And Liverpool have beaten Juventus. So I'm not too sure who we're going to be playing. But I don't really care. I'm focusing on the victory here, and it's looking good. I mean, we've had a bad expected goals, well, both teams have, and we've still managed to get ourselves a decent result. We are going to start time wasting, and we're going to start making some changes as well. Try and rest some players. I want Bracastro on for Antonio as well. Just try and rest some of the key players. I'm not too sure when the semi-final tends to get played, but we'll have to wait and see. And it could be getting embarrassing for Lazio here if it wasn't already. It's about to be. Benacer, Belotti, his chance to secure a brace, but it doesn't fall his way, unfortunately. And ladies and gentlemen, if there's no more chances, yes! My heart before that game was not healthy, I'm telling you that much, but what a goal it was. And we are through to the semi-finals where we will be playing Manchester City. They knocked us out last year. It's our time to get revenge. And when is that going to be played? Is it played fairly soon? It's not. So what I think I'm going to do, viewers, I think we're going to, for the next 3 episodes, we're going to do the Roma game. For the next episode. The next episode, we're going to do the semi-final, both legs. And then for the episode after, we're going to do the Italian Cup final. So plenty of drama coming your way. More drama than EastEnders and Coronation Street combined. But yeah, let's go to the end of intro screen and let's say our goodbyes. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Very much appreciated. You guys are amazing. Obviously, all my socials, Twitter, Discord, Twitch, all in description, and some of it will be on screen now. And if you have liked the episode, feel free to, is it this way? No, it's here. Feel free to subscribe there. It's the buttons there. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed the episode, and feel free to give it a like. And any feedback is very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment as well. But yeah, have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Keep yourself safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.